The Bulls are back. Haize is back. Chicago Bulls Central is back. I got on the wrong podcast hoodie. My Bulls gear is underneath. Come on now. I always got the Bulls gear handy. But with that being said, we're here to preview, have some fun, pregame show. The Bulls face the Milwaukee Bucks, man. I don't even know how to feel about this team right now. Like, in one world, you really do think that the Bulls are going to come out, play much better. It's not like they didn't expound any goddamn energy last night's game. So hopefully the Bulls come in, understand the seriousness of the moment, show out again against the Bucks like they have earlier in the season. But we're going to break it all down, talk about it, have some fun. But first, got to play that intro.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
All right, Bulls fans, we in the building. You guys already know what it is, man. Chicago Bulls Central, number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. And hopefully this Bulls team it feels like playing today, right? Hopefully they feel like playing. Hopefully they feel like giving a little bit of effort, just a tinge, right? You ain't got to give a whole lot. Just give us a little bit of effort, just a tinge, just a little bit. Just the same amount that Billy Donovan makes adjustments. Just give us a little bit of energy. That's it. Just a tinge of it, just a little bit. No, but all jokes aside, I'm really excited about this game. I'm excited about, the Bulls and the ending of the season. Not because I'm ready for it to end, but just to see how they compete, just to see how they play in the play-in tournament. I'm just ready to get there, man. The Milwaukee Bucks have already sealed the Central Division, so it is what it is there. But the Bulls got to come in. They got to understand the seriousness of the moment, man. No matter who is or who is not playing, the Bulls got to lock in. They got to be prepared. Goran is on the other team now, so be on Goran watch that he's going to come in and try to bust the Bulls' ass. Is that a pause? That may have to hit a little bit of a pause on that one. But that's something to be on the lookout for as well from the Chicago Bulls. Pat Connaughton's out. Giannis is out. Grayson Allen's out. Listen, anytime you play a game where that no-lip motherfucker is not playing, listen, it helps a little bit, right? It helps. So Alex Caruso's also out for the Chicago Bulls. So we'll see what that's going to look like, man. I see you guys, some people saying, I'll get to the comments here in a second, but Zach, Vooch, DeMar, got to understand the seriousness of the moment. I want to see a big game from Kobe as well. Also, so we'll see. Let's see what we got here. Jack Holland says, we need Giannis to shoulder check Billy D like he did Mike Dinwiddie in 2015. Prayers up. That's funny. Drummond is going to have a huge game today, calling it. I mean, he got to play minutes to do that. So you can call that, and Drummond could literally play 8 minutes in this game again. No Giannis, but we just lost to no Trey, so I don't know. Exactly. Emmanuel in the building. What up, Haize? What's going on, Emmanuel? Glad to have you in the building. They really should consider putting Patrick Williams back in the sidelines if you're going to have Patrick Beverley out there. What does Patrick Williams have to do with Patrick Beverley being out there? I'm not sure where you're getting at with that, Shay. Not sure where you're going with that one, brother. What's good, Haize? Hope you had a good day today. Hey, listen, I'm back, man. I posted that on Twitter today. I'm finally starting to feel like fully myself again. After the death in the family, today was probably the first day I felt completely like myself for a full day. I've had times, I've had stretches, but I really felt like myself today. There's probably going to be downplay the Bucks with Giannis out. Hopefully we get a good showing, though. Agreed with you. Giannis is out, so we have no reason to lose. Honestly, I think we're not getting higher than the 10th seed. So take Zach and them out and let the bench and reserves go get run. No, you don't need to do that. They need to tune in. This is not a team that has had very much playoff experience. No, they need to all play. They're healthy. They need to play. We already got Caruso. We got Javonte that are trying to heal up before the play-in. Everybody else needs to play. And here's what I'll say, that the Milwaukee Bucks are still a better team than the Bulls even without Giannis. I'm not saying that they'll be top of the East, but they're still a better overall team. So, yeah, the Bulls still have reason to lose because the Bucks are just a better team than them. One tiny little wish, please, God, can Billy Donovan not use his challenge like a complete dummy just once? Listen, I mean, I will say this. While it was an early challenge call last game, Billy Donovan sometimes just doesn't use challenges at all. So I'm not mad at it. It kind of is what it is. Bro, watch Dragic cook us. How has he been playing with the Bucks? Is he doing well? You know what? I honestly don't know. That is honestly a great question. Let me try to look up to see how he's played for the Bucks. I don't even know if he's played very many games for the Bucks this season. So looks like for the Bucks, just for the Bucks, he's averaging 6 points, 1.3 rebounds, 2.6 assists on 41% shooting. AKA, he still ain't playing he's only played 5 games for the Bucks since he went there, and he's only averaged 7.5 minutes per game in those 5 games. AKA, Goran ain't played a lot. Goran ain't played a lot. Uh, 1 to 10, how much do you trust Chicago Bulls to get out the play-in? It's at a 3, but I hope this team come to play. Man, listen, I got to see the matchups, but I'll put it probably at a 5 right now. I'm dead smack in the middle, man. I have some faith, but I don't have very much. Our Ball 98 says, what up, Haize? I truly appreciate your hard work and what you do for us Bulls fans. I appreciate y'all for showing up, man. Listen, I could be an idiot sitting here on a live stream by myself, like some podcasters. I ain't gonna mention no names, but you guys show me love, man. And you've helped grow this platform. Even when I didn't do a good job of promoting on social media, you guys did. So yeah, I get this. I love this. We family. I always say that. And so I love that we have that atmosphere in here. Brazil Popular says, just hope Pat Bev doesn't come out with that your brother ducking smoke stuff to Thanos this time for real. That's funny. Thanasis. I don't even know why I say Thanos. It's Thanasis Antetokounmpo, and I know that, but my brain just doesn't register that way. The reason why I said Patrick Williams in the starting lineup because Pat Beverly's out there because of the lack of shooting. Oh, I thought you said don't put Patrick Williams out there. My bad. Yeah, but I mean, Alex Caruso isn't playing tonight, so Pat should definitely get the start. Haize, that hat is dope as hell, ladies and gentlemen. The Drip King. Hey, this is my favorite Bulls hat. I'm not even gonna front on you. This is by far my favorite Bulls hat. I honestly thought about ordering the second one just in case whenever this one starts fading or something, I just have another one back. This is by far my favorite Bulls hat. I love this hat. People really think that just because Giannis is out, we're 100% going to win this. Hey, OTR, bro, come on now. It's like they haven't been watching this team. Kobe will get 20 tonight. Mark my words. I just feel it. Y'all be killing me with these predictions, but hey, from your mouth to God's ears, brother. Benjamin Prof says, I swear if the Bulls lose badly today, I'm quitting watching them. No, you're not. No, you're not. Maybe this season you will. I won't say this, but you'll be back. You'll be back. Let's take they lunch money and they ding dongs. Maurice, listen, I don't judge. I appreciate you wanting to take ding dongs from people. That's a talent is taking ding dong. I don't know how much ding dong you can take, but however much ding dong you take in your personal life, that's between you and the ding dong holder and God. Like, that's all I can say. Like, you got to do what you got to do, Maurice. And, we don't judge here at Chicago Bulls Central. We love you. You're a member of the family. And I hope you take as much ding dong as your heart wants, bro. That's all I can say on that one. I really hope that you get it in, bro. We got to finish strong and have something to grow on next season. Man, listen, we're going to have a lot of new faces next season. I didn't take the drive, Haize. I got lazy. That's from Luis. Luis says, I bought Leon's and got the itis. Hey, the itis be real, bro. The itis be real. Alex Caruso being out tonight, do you think we see some Dalen Terry? Everybody asks this every game, like in garbage time. That the answer is never going to change this season. We see Dalen Terry in garbage time. I like the hat, but I keep wondering why Red Bull is missing one of its horns because it's cut off. Like, that's literally what it is. It's just part of the design. It would have been weird to have the bull go all the way over here. So it's called the shadow design. That's what it's supposed to do. I'm not even going to watch the whole game. I'm just going to watch AEW. Well, hey, listen, that's your personal choice, man. Too much ding dong talk. Hey, Chicago Bulls Central, we don't have a chance at making it out the play-in against the Raptors because Billy want to start Kevin Hart at the 5 and Ice Spice at the point guard, and the Raps big as hell. Pause. I still wouldn't say we necessarily don't have a chance, but it is what it is, man. Fuck y'all talk. Hey, no, Maurice said he wanted to take people's lunch and they ding dong. He wanted to take the ding dong. So I said I hope he gets as much ding dong as he wants to take. No, saying you want to take ding dong as a grown man is crazy. Oh man, this is such a good family. They prayed for me yesterday. They also prayed on you yesterday, but it is what it is. Give me Dalen. Chi-Town Javier, listen, bro, like I said, to Maurice about wanting to take ding dongs, bro. If you want Dalen, if that's what your heart wants, I hope you get it, bro. I hope you are the best basketball wife ever in history. I hope that that's what happens. I hope that that's no. I would love to see Dalen play, man, but it's pretty much not gonna happen till next season. Haize in the building, throwing in the likes. Shout out Haize. Glad to have you in the building, brother. We don't even see Drummond, so we damn sure won't see DT. Great point there, bro. Great point. Whoa, I just realized they'll see Goran tonight. That'll be interesting. But honestly, I'm not too confident about this game. Would they still make the 8th seed? The 8th seed? Yeah, we're not statistically eliminated from making the 8th seed. Technically, if the Bulls went out and then they would both have to win 2 games. We could get into the 8th seed. I don't see that likely happening. But yeah, we're 2 games behind right now. So I mean, anything's possible, but it's not likely. Obviously, with this game, it seems grim. Therefore, with the Bulls team, maybe we should feel optimistic. My internal compass is all messed up at this point. Hey, you can't make sense out of nonsense. And that's what this Bulls team has played like this season. It's been nonsense up and down all season long. Hey, checking in for the pregame. We finna catch this W. Caesar, I hope so, brother. Definitely hope so. Think we see Marco tonight? Billy Donovan doesn't know who Marko Simonovic is there, brother. Oh, let me turn off this screen. I don't know why this shit's just glaring on my glasses. There we go. Thoughts on playing more of the bench tonight? Give the big three a little rest. They took rest last night. Do you think the big three gave any effort last night? They basically had a glorified night off last night. I'm not saying we'll play the bench more if we have the win secured. That's when you can talk about it. Like, get up by 30. That's when you can worry about sitting those bastards. What if the Bulls make it out the first round, man? That would be great after the abusive relationship I found myself in with them this season. I mean, listen, I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, I don't care. Nothing changes anything that needs to happen this offseason. Oh my God, this chat, bro. Haha, you all are the best. We just crazy, bro. That's it. We just crazy. I'm at the Bucks fan, and I hope the Bucks win tonight. They better drop down 36 points tonight. I hope the Bucks win. Okay, well, hey, hope that they win. If Dalen don't play next season, I'm taking away all of Billy's gum and his dentures, so if he somehow finds some, he can't chew it. All right. Well, I mean, hey, if that's what we doing. Another thing people don't understand is Billy just won't play DT in a series game. He only plays Dalen if we have multiple players out or in garbage time and we win in. That's how Billy is. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that was the plan for him, was to play much this. Mutt, what do you want? Why are you trying to get attention? I was just playing with you before I started the stream. Move. You crazy. Steve-O. Like, bro, try that with somebody who don't know you, bro. Like, we all know you not wound too tight at all. Haize, what's your response to allegations that Pat the Designer is the male Ice Spice? I'm the one who started that. What do you mean? I'm the one who first called him that. So what we talking about? What we doing here, man? I'm the one who called him that. By the way, shout out to Pat the Designer for coming through the pod. Let's go. Pat the Designer has a message for y'all. Shout out to Pat the Designer.
Leaders like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Calvin Coolidge.
Ooh, Coolio. Don't worry, I'm here to help.
Pat the Designer coming through Chicago Bulls Central and showing a little bit of love. Shout out to Pat the Designer, fam. Shout out. Y'all give it up for Pat the Designer. Go ahead and clap it up. Go ahead and clap it up for Pat the Designer. If the Bucks decide the rest of their core players and we do the same, we could see a historical prospect runoff. That would be more entertaining at this point. Man, listen, Ain't nobody doing that. Like the Bucks, maybe the Bucks have they got everything just about locked up, right? I mean, technically, I think they could. Are they locked into the number one spot? I'm not sure. So I mean, technically, I guess they could still not walk into the playoffs with the number one seed. That may be something to fight for, but other than that, man, I don't know. I'm perfectly sane, young man. Bro, come on now. Like, anybody who thinks they're perfectly sane is even crazier than the rest. I have a question. Zach said something about sticking to their identity in an interview the other day. What is the Bulls' current identity? They have me confused. Bro, I have no idea. Their current identity? Struggle. That's what their identity is struggle. What do you want? Come on. You want to say hi? Come on. Come on. Come on. You're not going to say hi to the... Come here. They can't see you because of the comment. There you go. What happened? Come on. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. You mutt. All right, now go. I'm trying to work here, son. Move. Move. Thank you. Give me some space. Bag back. Give me 50 feet. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Sydney in the building says, Haize, what players do you feel confident will return next year? Curious to see your prediction how accurate it'll be for Tuesday. I have no idea. I'm not even predicting. I'd have no idea. Zach LaVine, that's the only one. That's it that I'll say for sure. I have no idea what this front office is going to do. I hope that we only bring back 5 or 6 players still on this team next season. Oh, no, I got it. Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, Dalen Terry. They're 100% coming back. Those players are coming back for sure. Other than that, I have no idea, man. Ball says, Haize, do you like any of the point guards coming in the draft, and which one do we need? We don't have any draft picks, so it don't matter. It don't matter. It's not coming. Haize, what players do you feel confident seeing? Oh, I just answered that. To be honest, it's defensively. No, I can't even say that. They're not even consistent defensively. We look damn good, but we can't say that's our identity when we don't hang our hats on that every single game. We don't give a consistent level of defensive effort. We give it for like 5 games, and then it'll disappear for 2 or 3. So I can't even say that's our identity. That's a beautiful dog, my guy. Oh, I appreciate that. That's the old man there. That is the old man. What am I doing? But all right. All I know, everything we have to go right for the Bulls. If the play-in and if playoffs to get deep, then we need the perfect storm. They have talent, but they need the perfect storm. I wouldn't necessarily say they need the perfect storm. Like the Bulls, when they give effort, can beat anybody. Won't say that they can beat a team in a 7-game series, and I don't think they have the coaching for that. And I do think that the Bulls don't have that second gear that most seasoned playoff teams have. But I wouldn't say they need the perfect storm, but it's just not going to happen for them. We need to draft Kobe Brown. We don't have any draft picks. We don't have no draft picks. None. I feel a slow start coming for the Bulls. They're going to come out like they taking advantage of the new CBA, if you know what I mean. That's funny. Doubt that. A great coach goes down his bench to find energy when your starting group doesn't have it. Billy never does. Terry in for 2 minutes won't hurt when you're down big. Well, good coaches also have a plan to use their young players. It's not just like, hey, we need some energy, come in 2 minutes into the game, but they've built that player up. Dalen Terry, as good as he is, as much flashes as he's shown, as you get closer and more in playing playoff atmosphere, playing situations, the less likely you're going to play him because he just hasn't had that seasoning over the course of the season. So, right or wrong, I think Dalen Terry's development plan was always to not necessarily play a lot this year. But we've seen the same thing was for Jimmy Butler, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean that he won't play a lot and he won't still have an impact. And I don't think that AK is going to allow Dalen Terry to not be a part of the rotation. I could be wrong on that. But I don't think we'll really get to see Dalen Terry and all the potential that he has and that become realized until next season, unfortunately. Volcano in the building says, what up, Haize? How you doing, my man? I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm in here living, man. Haize, can you explain how the 10th seed works? If the Bulls lose one game and win another, can they still proceed? No. 10 seed, if we're the 10 seed, one loss, you're out. One loss, you're out. That's it. So, yeah, that's it. Brook Lopez is about to destroy us. I feel a 20-point, 10 rebound plus 2 blocks game. Hey, he's been cooking us this season, so I wouldn't even be surprised with that. Butter Biscuit, what's the plan for Marco then? Because he puts up numbers in the G's. Well, I don't think there is any plan for Marco. And it sucks because, like, Marco, as much as he has his defensive struggles, Marco brings rebounding, size, and he's a pretty damn good scorer. So, you know, for him not to be able to get in the game, and especially in games where, like, we've needed size or Drummond was out or things like that, to me just says that they just don't believe in the kid. Don't believe in him. Spicy Brother says, good evening, bro. I noticed something last night. They spent first quarter trying way too hard to get Debo to score. I didn't like it. By the way, Drums was doing great. Then we don't see him. What the fuck? Listen, when it comes to Andre Drummond, he's on a very short lease. And whether right or wrong, whatever it is, they like Drummond, if he makes one mistake, his minutes are getting slashed drastically. If he makes 2 mistakes, he's probably not getting back in the game. I just don't understand it, man. Because my thing is that in a game like last night, Drummond, even if Drummond did do crazy shit and end up fouling out, he would have gotten you so many extra possessions that would have kind of been worth it by the time he fouled out. I don't know. I have no idea, man. None. Okay, just say if we win the first game as the 10 seed, do the Chicago Bulls move on? No, as the 10 seed, you have to win 2 games. So the way that it works is that the 7th and 8th seed play each other. The winner of that game automatically becomes the 7th seed in the playoffs. The loser of that game plays the winner of the 9th and 10th seed. Then the winner of that game goes on as the 8th seed. So, yeah, the only team that gets to play only one game is the winner of the 7-8 matchup. Other than that, the 8 seed, the loser of the 7-8 matchup gets an additional bite at it. The loser of the 9-10 matchup is eliminated, and whoever loses that second game is, of course, out as well. If the highest seed we can get is 9, do you think it's just best to stay 10? I saw something where we get a higher odds at the top 4 if we don't win the play-in. Well, keep in mind, that's if we win the play-in, right? If the Bulls don't make it out the play-in, then they're a lottery team. If they make it out the play-in, then they're a playoff team. They don't go into the lottery. That's just it. How about Carlick Jones making G League MVP? Does it get him some minutes next season? I'm not even willing to guarantee Carlick Jones is going to be on the team next season. I have no idea, especially because he's at a guard. We're super heavy at guard. It really depends on how well the Bulls see him. Because keep in mind, we had Antonio Blakeney here. He was an all-time great G League scorer, but couldn't score in the NBA. So just because Carlick Jones got G League MVP, that's almost similar to being valedictorian of the slow class, right? Doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna go do anything in life, but we'll see. I mean, listen, the Bulls brought him in. Depending on what happens with a point guard rotation next season, there's a chance, but I'm not sure. We're really fighting for the 8th seed to get mollywopped by the Bucks. That's funny. Who cares? Orlando's getting the Bulls pick anyway, and the Bulls are not getting Portland's pick this upcoming draft either. What does it matter about lottery seeding? There you go. There you go. I guess, people are holding out hope that the Bulls will get lucky and the lottery, they'll fall in the top 4, which, I mean, hey, hold on to that hope. Like, it's not likely to happen, but I tell you what, if the lottery happens and the Bulls don't make it out the play-in and somehow we get lucky by the grace of Jesus himself and get a top 4 pick, listen, I'm going to be the first one on the stream woo-hooing, doing the Ric Flair, flicking off everybody like I'm going to be in here. But I don't know if it's going to happen. It's crazy that we can be a lottery team with Zach, Vooch, and DeRozan. It's really not. I mean, because let's look at it. Like, let's be clear. Those are three really good players. None of them are superstars. None of them have been in recent the type of players that single-handedly can get you to a playoff. Zach has never gotten to accomplish anything as far as wins. Unfortunately, he hasn't had very good teams around him most of his life. DeMar DeRozan, I mean, even look at it. If DeMar DeRozan was all that great, he would have got the Spurs further. That was a better team and a better coach. So, I mean, it does suck. And you do look at the talent on this roster, and we know that this team is better than what their record states. But you have piss poor coaching. You had piss poor defensive effort. You had terrible point guard play for the most part of the season. It was some things that happened that really played a part in this, in the reason why this season was such a struggle as it was. One more thing. This is why I blame coaching. All of them, the three was not working, but the attack was also on the coaching too. If you see your team not rebounding, bitch they ass, one man stays back. Well, here's the thing. That's part of Billy Donovan's scheme. Like, Billy Donovan just does not scheme this team to be a good rebounding team. It's honestly terrible. But with that being said, you know, we'll see, man. AK got his work cut out for him. Like, he got to go back to being like. C-Dub asked over on Chicago Bears Central, when we first started the channel a year ago, he said, we're going to find out if Ryan Poles is a genius or a jackass. Now, I think Ryan Poles has shown he's more genius than jackass. When it comes to AK, he came in initially and people were like, hey, genius. It's starting to lean more towards jackass. He has a chance this season, this offseason, to really remake this roster in a meaningful way, do some creative things, and we'll see if he can get back to genius. The NBA gods should give us a first-round pick. Might be good for the ratings. Bulls have an awesome fan base. Listen, they don't give a shit about that. Bulls need to trade their center. Well, the trade deadline is over, and he's a free agent. So trade ain't happening. And Vooch ain't the problem. That's just silly. Vooch is the one that needs to stay. I'll reserve this upcoming draft before I anoint Ryan Poles anything. Ninja gonna show me. I feel you. I can feel you on that one. Is it honestly better to bank on Lonzo to return? I feel like he could have a chance because he's so young. No. If you look, so here's the thing. So I talked about this on a video, and I'll break this down again real quick because it's been a while since I've talked about it. The type of surgery that Lonzo had, right? Cartilage replacement. I went over this. There was a study done between 2014 to 2019. Athletes that had that surgery, I think they tested 30 of them. Out of that, 7 of them returned to sports. 4 of them returned high level, but were never really what they were before. And that was not basketball. Lonzo Ball would be the first basketball player to come back from this type of surgery. And keep in mind, the average recovery time was 18 months. Lonzo Ball only has 24 months left on his contract. So if the average recovery time is 18 months, a basketball player has never returned from it. Lonzo Ball is already a player that returns slowly from injury, more slowly than average. If you look at all his injuries in his career, he just returns slower than average. That's just how his body heals. So you're literally looking at, realistically, 18 to 22 months before Lonzo Ball is probably healthy again and ready to play basketball. And because of that alone, age ain't got nothing to do with that. It's highly, and again, I'm leaving a little wiggle room. I give Lonzo Ball 10% chance that he's going to come back. But even if he does, it's probably not going to be in the Chicago Bulls uniform. If he had longer on his contract, maybe. But the fact of the matter is, it doesn't look likely. And this is why I do hope that the Chicago Bulls do use the career-ending injury exception on him. Dunn says, is there a designated chapel for us Bulls fans to pray for better times? Yeah. So here's what you do. You go up to the United Center, right? You then go into section 102. You start digging down in there, right? As soon as you hit sub-level 14, that's where Jerry Reinsdorf sits there with the devil. Once you go down there, hey, listen, you give your soul up, maybe some things can happen. But Jerry Reinsdorf is right now in sub-level 17 doing do-si-do with the devil. And, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Reinsdorfer's happy as hell right now just because we made the plan. I have a feeling we will hear about continuity this off. Oh, no, we're not going to hear continuity this off. So I can tell you that right now. That's not happening. One of the biggest worry issues this offseason is potentially losing both Vooch and Drummond. Hey, it is what it is. I mean, that's the situation the Bulls got themselves in. DeMar can be a legitimate superstar if he just picks his shots better. He takes way too many shots, and I find myself shouting at my screen, why'd you take that? And if he became an elite defender. Well, I mean, if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. If he became an elite defender, that's not going to happen at 34 years old. And taking his shots better won't make him. DeMar DeRozan is not a superstar. He's not going to be a superstar. You can't take a player. You know how they're saying you can't teach an old dog new tricks? DeMar DeRozan is literally in the twilight of his NBA career. No matter how much people like him or don't like him, it's just the realistic side of it. He's not going to be a superstar. He's not going to. DeMar DeRozan is who he is. He is who we thought he was. Starting lineup today, as I expected: Pat Bev, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, P. Will, Nikola Vucevic. That's your starting five tonight. Peter in the building says, how does the career-ending injury exception work? If we use it, do we lose Lonzo and get the money back? Yes. So it's the career. So there's two exceptions. There's a designated player exception. There's a career-ending injury exception. The disabled player exception. Disabled player exception would allow the Bulls to file and get half of Lonzo Ball's money back to use for a player in either trade or to sign them. The downside of that is that Lonzo Ball's full contract still counts against the salary cap, and that additional $10.1 million you get back to sign a player also counts against your salary cap. So you're basically getting double dinged. The Bulls will be in the luxury tax. If they file the career-ending injury exception, they file that. The league would then have an independent doctor review Lonzo Ball's information, and if that doctor makes the determination that Lonzo Ball's career is more likely over than not, it doesn't technically mean his career has to be over. It just means that a doctor will look at and review the medical information and make the determination, hey, the Bulls have enough of a case here that there's a higher chance that Lonzo Ball is not going to be able to play basketball again while he's on that contract. That would then void out Lonzo's contract. He would still get paid, but it clears that money from the books. It gives the Bulls that full $20 million to use out in the open market, and his contract that we still would pay him doesn't count against the salary cap. So you basically get a clean slate there. So that's how that works. And the Bulls are, the last time I did some research on it, I believe it said that it has to be at least an 85% chance that Lonzo Ball would not return back to play the length of his contract. So when you look at that, like I said, the fact that Lonzo Ball has 24 months left, the fact that typical recovery for that injury is 18 months, and if they look at the fact that Lonzo Ball heals slowly, right there, the 18 months out of 24 months, that gets you there, right? So the Bulls would have a high chance to get that career-ending injury exception if they do it. I wish Zoe would have gotten the full meniscus surgery the first time. Things could have gotten a lot better. Well, keep in mind, the stuff that he's dealing with is more than the meniscus. So even if he would have gotten the meniscus removed rather than repaired, that the fact that it was still bone on bone, the cartilage injury, the nerve damage, that still probably would have happened. Now, there's not any guarantee of that, but that probably still would have been the income. Is Lonzo really the reason why this team fell off, or is it the teams quickly figured out how much this? It's a combination of both. We didn't have a point guard play that we had before, and we've seen how this team looks better with high-level point guard play. But it's not just Lonzo. And this is why even last year when the Bulls were on their 9-game winning streak that people romanticize, I literally said we were 7 games into that win streak. I will never forget it. I was doing a post-game show, and I literally pointed out, I said, hey, if the Bulls keep doing X, Y, Z, we about to start losing with the schedule that we have coming up. And I remember fans were like, I'm confused, Haize. Did we win or didn't we win? Why are we talking? The Bulls are on a 7-game win streak. We're the number 1 team in the East. I'm like, cool, yeah, we did that against all teams that right now aren't really slated to be playoff teams, though. But hey, keep cooking. And so, no, the Bulls' issues isn't just Lonzo. The Bulls' issues is defense. The Bulls' issues is lack of heart. The Bulls' issue is coaching. The Bulls' issue is rotations. The Bulls' issue is coach. Like, it's a lot of things. And while if Lonzo was healthy this season, I don't think we would have nearly been as bad as what we were this season. I do think at that point the Bulls would have been over 500. We're probably looking at that point at a 42-43 win team, but that team still would not have had playoff success. We still would be at the point where we need to still ask ourselves, how do we need to really reconstruct this roster so we can be a more dangerous team? Chicago Bulls Central. I saw somebody say Kobe or Io should start at the 1 and Pat Bev should come off the bench and lead the second unit. Thoughts? No. Io, we've seen that experiment. No, thank you. Kobe, I'll say this. People say that because Kobe shoots better, but keep in mind, Kobe's not getting no shots if he's out there on the court with DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Nikola Vucevic. So at that point in time, you might as well play. Now, I do think that Kobe should play more minutes probably than Pat Bev, especially when Pat Bev can't hit an open shot to save his life. But starting, I wouldn't change the starting lineup. And this is another common misconception. No, we were 3 games into that win streak when Billy Donovan went down. So Billy Donovan coached 3 games of that win streak. And then Billy Donovan and the coach, Chris Fleming, even said it. Billy Donovan was still the one coming up with the game plans. He was still zooming in the practices to help come up with the schemes. Chris Fleming helped manage those games, but we got to stop acting like it was just because Billy went out. That's not true. And I think that's why I say romanticize that 9-game winning streak. People now have this thing of like, oh yeah, we went on a 9-game winning streak when Billy Donovan went out. That's not what happened. That's not what happened at all, right? It's not what happened. And keep in mind, even that, we needed 2 game-winning shots back-to-back against teams that didn't nearly have the roster that we did. So we got to stop romanticizing that. Got to stop romanticizing it. Duns, bro, I'm telling if the doctors ain't it, he should honestly try witch doctor, herb, spiritual cleaner. Listen, that's not gonna help. That's not gonna make his cartilage in his knee grow back. It's not gonna fix his nerve damage. We can do a Indian rain dance around his knee right now. You can bring a shaman, you can bring a Jamaican immigrant, you can bring a Cambodian breast milk I lost my train of thought. You can bring a Cambodian mistress and give her breast milk to Lonzo Ball and put it in his mouth and rub that breast milk on his knee. It's not going to help. Nothing's going to help. It's not helping. Anything less than the Baka tank from Star Wars or a Sensu bean from Grand Theft Auto, from Dragon Ball Z, it's not going to help Lonzo Ball come back. It's not. Bring Shinron in this bitch. It's not going to happen, bro. It's not happening. So we really need to pray they file for the exception and the third-party doctor agrees the injury is indeed career-ending. Yeesh. I mean, it's not as far-fetched as what you think. Like I said, the medicals speak for themselves. And the only reason they bring in an independent doctor is so that way the player, the team can't say that it's any type of favoritism or anything like that. But I think the Bulls have if they were to file for it, they would have a high chance of getting that back. As long as we actually pray hard to finish the season, I'll be happy. I mean, hey, at this point, I'll be happy whenever this shit show's over with. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited. I'm gonna be in this bitch, pumped up as hell for our playing game. If we make it out the playing tournament and make it to the playoffs, I'm gonna be hype as hell. But like I said before, it does not change what needs to happen this offseason. And because of that, I can only get so excited about it. Give Lonzo some HGH. I don't even think that's gonna work. Jesus himself can come and lay hands on Lonzo Ball's knee. Lay hands, complete hands on his knee and pray for the healing of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He can do all of that shit. And literally, Lonzo's knee would sound like it's about to start powering up, that brrr, and then crash. Like, it's literally gonna happen. I ain't got much hope on it. Skillo says, I wasn't romantic. By romanticize, I mean generally. I wasn't talking about you specifically. I was just generally. Let's pay off Megan Thee Stallion and trade knees with Zoe and I'm starting the GoFundMe. Listen, But believe me when I say Megan Thee Stallion is using her knees. Let me stop. Let's see what else we got. Do we even have a chance to win today? Yeah, absolutely. We have a chance, especially with Giannis sitting out. We absolutely have a chance. And let's not act like we didn't beat the Bucks before. So yes, we have a chance. We'll see. We just got to see what the energy the Bulls come out with. Do you think Zach LaVine has reached his superstar potential? Well, is Zach LaVine a superstar? That answers the question. Bro, why the Bulls have such terrible knees? We don't. As a roster, we don't have terrible knees. We just always have players with knees trouble. Like a few of them do. I don't know why. Let's see what else we got. OTR says, as much as I love him, it's time to say goodbye to Debo. But who do you believe we can replace him? Well, it's not about that's another thing we got to stop. We got to stop the mindset that it's 1-for-1. You're not going to trade for DeMar and get his replacement. You're not going to get that equal value back. You trade DeMar and either you try to get a first round pick or you try to get talented players that are two-way players in here. You don't have to bring in a player that has the same impact, scoring ability of Debo to necessarily improve the team. Without Debo there, you then hope that Patrick Williams is going to get more shots, and he's going to respond to getting those more shots. If you bring in a 3-and-D wing player, for example, to play the 3 instead of DeMar DeRozan, you're then adding something you need to your team in 3-point shooting, and you're adding another defender on the wing, which we all know DeMar DeRozan is not. So you don't have to do it 1-for-1. You just have to, you have to be strategic in what you get back. But it's not about getting a player back that's just going to come in and do what DeMar does, but better. That's not going to happen. I'm going to the game on Friday and I'm giving Lonzo some Cambodian breast milk. Hey, listen, shout out to you. If you go to the north side, and when you're on the north side, right, when you get there, you're gonna see a fire hydrant. It's half yellow, half red. Don't worry about it. It's just from dogs pissing on it. When you get to that fire hydrant, you hit that left right there, right? When you're on that left, right? After you hang that left, there's a little abandoned building. Roof's a little burnt. Don't even worry about it. That happened a couple of years back. You go into that building, go to the basement. There's the third room in the basement on the left side. You go in there, Cambodian breast milk immigrant waiting right there for you. You give her $3-4. She'll give you 3-4 cans of breast milk. You walk out that mug, you good. That's all you need to do. Don't ask me how I know. Don't ask me how I know that. Haize, would you say that this team has done good or bad throughout Javante's absence? Will it affect the team greatly next season if he doesn't resign? No, because I think at that point you have Derrick Jones Jr., who's another energy guy, and you have chance. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Javante, and I would love that if we had the roster that we can just say, hey, bring Javante back, we're good. There's still a chance that Javante does come back, but I do think if Javante does leave, we'll miss him as Bulls fans, but I don't think that. And we may miss the highlight reels, things and stuff like that, but it's not like it's going to be this huge, like, glaring hole on the team either, especially if Dalen's ready to go. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I meant was, what do you think we can get from him, and what do you think we should look for if we do give him up? Yeah, like a pick, or like I said, a 3-and-D player. Maybe another big. Then you can move P. Will back to the 3. I know some people want that, even though P. will be fine at the 4 if Billy Donovan actually used them. But you know that I really have to wait till I get into my offseason bag to really go in that. I seen the crowd faces yesterday. I knew the Bulls was losing, but the fans make the bull dance defense. Listen, defenses are key to everything. Haize, just tune in quickly before the game. You think we taking the W? I don't predict W. I've stopped predicting wins and losses 10 games into the season. Don't do that for the Bulls anymore. Haize, depending on what Jerry West and Steve Ballmer do with the Clippers this summer, do you see Paul George as a realistic fit in our team? Not with that contract. Not with that contract. Oh, damn. I think that's back in my old hood, Cambodian Breast Milk Express. Oh, man. That is hilarious. Is this weekend the last weekend of the mailbag? No, I do mailbags all year. The mailbag doesn't stop. Daily episodes don't stop. Mailbag episodes don't stop. It's just the only thing that stops once the season ends is the live streams. And even then, Brandon Eljet to tell you, I think I average maybe 1 or 2 live streams a month during the off season. I mean, I still live stream the draft, even though the Bulls don't have a draft pick, but I'll co-live stream it here and on NBA Central, just because if the Bulls do trade into the draft or something, I want to be there. So I'll still live stream the draft. Still probably live stream after free agency starts or free agency opens. We'll probably live stream there. So those are like live streams you can guarantee that you'll get, but I do the random check-in live streams as well. But mailbags never stop. I still stay daily during the off season. During the off season is when I get into my bag, right? So last year I did draft profiles. I think I did 28 draft prospects, and none of them ended up being Dalen Terry. I won't have draft prospects this year because the Bulls don't have a draft pick. But what I will do, in place of that, is I will do kind of reviews on players. So I'll do look over the whole season, have some highlights, stuff like that. I also look at free agent prospects hard and heavy. That doesn't sound right. That was what the fuck was I thinking? So we'll do that. We'll have those type of things, but the content doesn't stop. Content doesn't stop. Hamaza. This is a weird question. Why don't you talk about what's the name of this channel, Hamaza? What's the name of the channel, right? Chicago Bulls Central. What does that mean? That means we're probably centralized to Chicago Bulls news and topics. So considering that that's the name of the channel, young man, I would think that listen, I promise I'm just giving you shit. But if you want my general team, like NBA talk, we do have a general NBA channel. It's called NBA Central. We do talk about other teams there. We talk about everything NBA there. We're going to have really great in-depth draft coverage, free agent coverage, everything there. So if you want to hear about other teams, go to NBA Central, especially this offseason, because with the Bulls not having any draft picks, I'll be over there heavy this offseason. Will y'all live stream the playoffs next weekend? No, we're not live streaming after playoffs. So it's just too many games. So we won't have post-game live streams on NBA Central until the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. That's when we'll start, just because it's every other day there, Eastern Conference team, Western Conference teams. And then the finals will live stream every day after every game in the finals. On NBA Central as well. I'll probably do pregame. I've never done a pregame show over on NBA Central, but for the finals, I probably definitely will. What if Kyrie doesn't sign back with the Mavs? You think we can sneak that in that? I mean, we'd have to use the career-ending injury exception for Lonzo. Otherwise, we don't have a chance. I don't know which Bulls team's going to show up. I swear if this squad wins, hey, listen, you never know with this team. Never know. MJG23 says, Pat Bev going to make Grayson Allen cry today. Grayson Allen's not playing in this game. So, not playing. But all right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the stream. I'll be back for halftime. I see, oh, wait, we got Nice in the building. Says, man, Grayson Allen is going to beat us up and Drodge is going to drop 50 on us. Well, Grayson Allen is not playing. So there we go. We ain't got to worry about that no-lip bastard, but hey, it is what it is. But all right, y'all, I love you guys, man. Go Bulls, see Red, all that good shit, man. Make sure you guys are following us at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullscentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, mailbag 773-270-2799. Love you guys, man. Go Bulls. Let's see if we can get this dub, y'all.